Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back. It's the final hour of trading for the week. It is Friday already, March the 3rd. Can you believe it? And it's our final hour of trading going into the end of the week. A whole bunch of options expire here in the next hour, of course. And we're watching
Final
this
hour of
market
trading
going into closely as we always do. I noticed that the Dow is at kind of the high of the day, up 354 points, and S&P is up 61, and then Nasdaq up 222, I guess. Nasdaq 1.95% gain, finally getting some movement. S&P up 1.5, and Dow up 1%. Now, what does this mean for you guys? Well, you know what? You don't mind which way the markets go. You're going to make money, whatever. If your stocks go up, your deep in the money calls are more valuable. Your shares are more valuable. The calls you wrote will go up in value, but not as much as your stock and your deep in the money calls will go higher. So you're getting richer. If they want to stay flat, don't move at all. Options you wrote are just going to keep depreciating with loss of time. Where your deep in money calls will just stay flat because they're deep in the money, and you bought them under that 90-10 rule, so you know you've got those at book value, very little time value. Now, if the markets want to go lower, well, all right, your deep in the money calls will go down with the shares, but your short-term calls that you wrote will really lose value. They'll lose value faster than your deep in the money calls. And of course, that sets up an opportunity for a rollover where you buy back calls for less than you sold them for, sell new calls for more money, and bring in more cash, buying more deep in money calls, writing more calls. Here we go. Let's let the market go higher. Fine, go sure, go ahead, knock me out. GameStop is 1892. It did touch 19 today. I think we've hit 1910 for the high, but the volume on GameStop 1,900,000. Not even 2 million shares. I mean, geez, if we trade 2 million shares, that's like 500,000 pre-split. We used to trade 2 to 4 million a day pre-split and more. And this is very, very quiet. SoFi having an okay day, 674. I think the high today might be 679, I think. Yep, 679 has been the high today. We're up 30 cents. Very, very good. Those contracts that I've been talking to you about writing, these January 2024s, 750s, are now pushing the high 130s for premium. So more money in your pocket if you want to write them. Why not? What else is going on? Tesla 199.91, up $9, trying to put a bit of a recovery in place. Don't know if that's going to work. Let me take a peek over here on my good old computer and pop up my watch list here. Here we go. All right, Rocket Lab is up 30 cents today. We'll take this. You certainly have earned a recovery on this stock. We're back to 454. I'd like to see that over 5. SoFi's are up 29 cents, as I said, 674. GameStop is up 73 cents to 18.93. The AMC shares are higher today. Now, I don't know if it's AMC making GameStop go up or GameStop making AMC go up. Or neither, but both are higher. The AMC commons are up 55 cents and the preferreds are up 16.5. So that's an 81-cent gain today on the AMC combo. Matterport is up 15 cents. 23andMe is up 16 to 254 a share. Spire is up 3.5 cents to 110. ATIP is up 1.7 cents to 35.6. SmartRent up 13. Sixter is up about 5 cents. No, it's up about half a penny. Pardon me. Yeah, it's a half a penny. Missing the little decimal point there. Apple is up 488 to 150.79. Goldman Sachs up 813 today, 357. Cisco up 77 cents. Tesla is ahead by 8.98 now at 199.88, as I was saying earlier. Arc Innovations, the Cathie Woods ETF, is up to 40.66, up 148. Microsoft up 3.76. Bed Bath Beyond is down 8 cents. Pfizer's up 50 cents. HBQ down a dime. Carvana up 56. Google up 156. Amazon up 270, and Nvidia up 504. was just mentioning about stocks going up in price and so on and so forth, Goldman and others. Keep in mind also what has been happening in these down dip markets as we've been noticing stocks taking hits, as markets have been backing off. Keep one thing in mind, and that is behind the scenes, without a lot of upfront fanfare, but it is happening. There is $1 trillion being used by basically corporate America to purchase back shares of their stocks, outstanding stock of Meta, Facebook. They're committing 40 billion, they claim. I think Amazon is committing 10 billion. Goldman Sachs was committing 20 or 30 billion. A number of these companies are buying back their stock if they go on a down dip, and they're just buying up the shares and they retire the certificates out of circulation. Apple is another company that has been buying back stock for years and years and years and years. And you got to ask yourself, why, and then on the other hand, why not? If you're a company like these high-end Nasdaq companies, they have been posting crappy numbers lately. I've been talking about this to you guys now for several weeks, several months. We know that the analysts out there are calling for lower profits, and then they're rewarding these companies with kudos when they meet lowered expectations. They exceeded expectations. Yeah, down 10% from last year. But here's the thing, okay? There's this thing. If you're senior management of these corporations, and you are earning, a couple 100,000 salary, 500,000 salary, more, that is not the bulk of your money that is coming into your pocket. The bulk of your money will really come from the performance of the shares. And a lot of the top 1% of the management out there, top 2%, these folks, they earn a lot of stock for their pay. They'll get a stock option price that might be 10% below the average trading value of the company, or it might be set on a monthly basis with monthly options. It might be quarterly. It can be anything, really. And they are getting creative out there with compensation committees to find ways to compensate management to get them paper in the companies they work for. And corporations really like doing this kind of a deal because for companies, they don't have to cough up cash. Companies are just coughing up paper. Well, they can theoretically print the paper, digitally. And give a senior vice president of operations a 10,000 share stock option. And if the stock is trading at $50 a share and this individual gets a $45 purchase price for that stock, 10,000 shares, you can buy those for $450,000, trading on the open market for $500,000. He sells them once they're vested, once they're released. It might take 6 months or whatever, and then you can do whatever you want with them. He blows them out for $50, clears $5 a share, $50,000 profit. And if the salary is $300,000, here's another $50,000 to $350,000 a year. Then there are the executives who are getting 20, 30, 50,000 share bonuses and more, and they're making much more than $4 or $5 a share. Some of these folks are by the time their shares are released, they do what they do better. But look, if you are part of senior management, you're the CEO, the CFO, you're on the board of directors, you're the head of this department, all of you guys combined might have options for 1 million shares in the company at $60 a share, and they're trading at 65 or something like that. The company announces, you encourage the board of directors to announce a share buyback program. Now, it could be that the CEO is encouraging the board, but it could also be the board encouraging themselves. We should pass a stock buyback program. And why is that? Well, if the shares are trading at $45 and management has options at $55, they're not coming into the office all that enthused these days about, rah, the company's doing great because, stock's down lower than what I can buy them for as an insider. I have my paycheck, sure, but, I got a buddy of mine from Princeton that I went to school with, and he or she is over at company blah blah blah. They've got a stock option plan, and have a similar job to what I have, and they're up $15 a share on their 50,000 shares. And when I'm down 10,000 or $10 a share on my 50,000 share option. So the board of directors, they know this. They know all the stock options that are out there. They want to keep their management engaged, excited, and motivated. And one way to show management that you care as a board of directors is you institute and authorize a share buyback plan, and you make a big public splash announcement with your latest financials that we met and exceeded our expectations, by $500 million, and our revenues are higher than projected, even though they're off 15-20% from last year. And we're announcing a 20 billion share buyback program over the next 5 years. Now, it might be that the company can't buy more than 4 billion a year in stock. That's the limit they're allowed to buy. But they'll announce a 4 or a 5-year program. So they'll say it's next 5 years. We've authorized, we've given authorization as a board of directors to spend $20 billion of company money going forward to buy back the stock. That right there is a psychological boost to all the shareholders out there. And that might move the market $3-4 a share just in sympathy. And all of a sudden, these insiders are not $10 out of the money, they're $7 out of the money. Oh, it's getting better. And when the shares are trading at 40, 45, 47, 48 instead of 55, the company is buying up stock. It's gobbling it up. And on down days, when the Dow is down 300-400 points, these companies, all dozens of them, hundreds of them, are nibbling up their stock every day, picking off 20,000 shares here, 10,000 here, 15 here, 25,000 here, and they're buying it up. And when the market has a little update like today, there's a lack of paper all of a sudden because all that cheap paper that was flying around has been gobbled up by the corporation. It's not for sale anymore. And now what you have is an overreaction of the upside where shares begin to run up a little bit. So I talked to you about Facebook going up $7-8 a share instead of going up $1 or $2, or Apple going up $3 or $4 instead of $1 or $2. All of a sudden, these stocks perform better on up days, which gets more people excited about the market. Sure gets option traders going, I'll tell you that, and people talking and buzzing on after-hours chat forums. And so the shares naturally get a little momentum, and higher they go. Next thing you know, the stock is trading at $55 to $60 a share, this fictitious company I'm making up. And these people who have these $55 stock options aren't in the hole anymore. They're like at even, or they're up even $5. Management has got a spring in their step when they come to the office every day to kind of make it go. This is what it's all about. Now, look, if at the time the management they have vested shares, and they can theoretically, there comes a point in time where management can buy stock from the treasury of the company, and they can turn around almost immediately within like 30 days and sell the stock into the market. They might be negotiating with their favorite brokerage firms, the firms that raise money for these companies on bond offerings. They're talking to these guys in the retail department saying, look, maybe a VP calls the brokerage firm, and they have a little cup of coffee, and they say, look, we have 7 employees here that collectively are able to buy 250,000 shares of the company from the treasury at $55 a share. And they're looking to sell these shares and pocket the gain. Brokerage firm goes, quite normal, happens all the time. That's what we're able to help. What we'll do is we'll make a few phone calls to our pension funds, hedge funds, mutual funds, ETFs, and everything else out there, and we'll find a home for those 250,000 shares when they're up and available. We'll make preemptive phone calls. We know one mutual fund that has 1.5 million shares. They might go up to 1.6 million. Got another one over here. We know they're sitting on a pile of cash, and they've got 300,000 shares. We think they can go to 400,000 shares. We'll find a home for this 250,000 shares on the open market without even interfering with the market. We're not going to just sell them into the market. Oh, gosh, no. Prearranged deals. So if the stock has a little run to it, the brokerage firm gets the call from the company saying the 7 individuals are ready to move. And all their accounts are pre-set up. All the buys are pre-ready to go. Each of the 7 employees have already arranged financing, maybe even through the broker themselves, to buy their 250,000 shares at 55 a share. And the broker is telling him, buy it today at 55, we'll sell it this afternoon or whatever at 75. And that's right in the market. And bang, bang, it's a done deal. And each of these people have made 20 bucks a share on whatever stock they exercised as employees. Now, you got one guy who's a 100,000 share guy, 20 bucks a share upside, that's $2 million. Now, there's tax payable on this, and it's usually at an income tax rate, not a capital gain rate. But so they pay the 35% tax rate off the top. They don't get 2 million net. They get 2 million gross, and they end up with 1.3 million net. Well, there you go. The employee's making 700,000 a year and just banked 1.3 million on top of that. There's a $2 million a year. How about them apples? Why does management like stock buybacks? That's why. Why do brokerage firms love stock buybacks? They love stock buybacks because they're good for business. And the firms that do a lot of business with these public companies, when they raise $2 billion on a bond offering or any kind of other business they do through them, they help them out with these transactions. This is where you take care of your clientele. The company is a client of the Wall Street broker, the investment bankers. And these employees love their investment bankers. They love the company they're working for. They love the board of directors who are looking after their interests. And they love stock buyback announcements because they're just juicy as hell. And there's how this game kind of works. And everybody wants the stock to go higher. You folks don't have to care about shenanigans like that. All you're going to do is write call options on stock. Now, let's just say you own deep in the money calls on the very company that has a stock buyback program going on, and you're writing options on them. And the shares are moving higher and higher, and you're doing rollovers. And every once in a while, stock levels off a little bit. You buy back calls, you write another batch of calls, and you ride the wave, and the stock goes a little higher again. Your deep in the money calls are going up in value. Your short-term calls, you're doing rollovers into higher strikes, bringing in more cash. It's all good. And you're buying more deep in the money calls to write more contracts, and you're growing. The company is moving up in value. Everybody is happy. Once the shares are up 15, 20 bucks a share in a year or so, you're sitting back going, hey, Uncle Bruce, I bought these deep in the money calls a year ago, and I paid $8, $10 a piece for these things, and they're trading at $25, $30 each. I love this game. I love this game. You're just like management. You're making money on the upside of the stock and writing contracts at the same time. Insiders can't do that. You can. And you've been holding in this income the whole time, allowing you to get more deep in the money calls, to write more calls, to bring in more income, and say sayonara to your day job and everything else. This is where this really pays off. And this is how this works. Stock buybacks are a part of the market, and they exist, and they're not going away. And that is why at the moment, even in a bear market where companies are earning less money this year than last year, $1 trillion has been committed by corporations to do stock buybacks. If they buy them or not, it's been committed to do so for this year, not for the next 5 years. This year, $1 trillion of stock buyback. How big is that? The Federal Reserve of the United States of America is doing quantitative tightening right now. They want to buy back some of their $10 trillion of bonds outstanding. They're talking of $500 million to $1 trillion a year in buybacks. That equals what corporate America is doing with their own stock buyback programs. It's huge. It is massively huge. Today we're up 350 points. It could all be stock buyback momentum and maybe tremendous optimism in the future. Keep one more thing in mind, by the way. You work for a company that the stock was at one time $80 a share, and the stock came down to 60, 65. You got stock options at $55 with all your other management pals, and the stock goes down to $45 a share because the company is not earning as much money this year as last year and the year before. But you know that next year you're going to make as much money next year as you made this year. It's still not as good as it was in 19 or 2020 or 2021, but it is you've stopped falling. Your investment bankers know all this because they're in touch with you guys all the time. Um, and you announced to your investment bankers, we're thinking of doing a stock buyback. And your investment bankers will come back to you and say, this is a good time to do that. Because if you start buying back your stock at 45 bucks a share, take a bunch of stock off the street, and you cancel these certificates from being in existence, you're shrinking the existing number of shares outstanding of the corporation, which means that if you earn just as much money next year as you did this year, you get to divide the gross profits into fewer numbers of shares. And that means that the earnings per share is higher. There are fewer shares to divide the profits into. So there are more profits per shareholder attributable to the earnings of the company. And if your stock trades at 20 times earnings or 25 times earnings, you're going to trade at a higher stock price, because 25 times 20 cents a share in earnings versus 25 times 16 cents a share in earnings, that's 4 cents more in earnings times 25. That's $1 more. Your stock will trade at a higher price, even though you made just as much money as last year. You have fewer shares to divide it into. Up she goes. And if the momentum is, and the thinking is that in 2025 and 2026, we're going to start earning the money we made in 2021. The street now anticipates that future momentum, starts bidding up the stock because they'll want to buy it today before you make those earnings, on top of the fact that you're still buying back stock. This stock could exponentially grow $5 a share higher, $10 a share higher, $20 a share higher. Management's happy. They have stock options that they can exercise. The company is happy. They're buying back stock down here, putting it away, and they're raising money. Now, how's the company raising money? They're buying back stock. Yes, but the management is buying stock from the treasury. So it's a rollover of money. So the company spends money to buy back stock at $45 a share, 48 bucks a share, 50 bucks a share, 52 bucks a share, 55 bucks a share, 57 bucks. The average for the whole year, the company bought back a bunch of stock at 53 bucks a share. Employees have $55 stock options or $45 stock options or $50 stock options. They're exercising all these options in and around what the company paid to buy its own stock back. It's a turnover. The investment bankers are happy. The investors are happy. The management is happy. Everyone is happy. And option writers are happy too, because the company's in the news. Stock trades rather nicely. It has good volatility and movement. Premiums are higher. And your deep in money calls are going up in price with a moving market. There you go. There's just another day in paradise that you just didn't get taught in school, did you? No one knows. I don't recall any of you telling me you had a grade 3 teacher telling you how great the stock market was and how great it was going to be for you guys when you became all grown up. None of you have ever told me that story. Brian, Uncle Bruce, I had a busy morning here. I bought 41 GameStop shares. I sold a July 19 GameStop covered call for $335. Then I bought 14 more GameStop shares. I'm halfway to another covered call to write. I'm sure I have told you that this is fun, right? I'm loving this. Way to go, man. DH number 35, thumbs up. Mandu, looking at selling GameStop 20s at ask 320, expiring 721. Giddy up. DH making trades and taking names. Sold 10 SoFi, $8 calls for 87 cents. Bought 200 more SoFi. Sold 2 October 8s for 89. I may have to buy another 100 SoFi. How about that? DQ, I'm a number 46, thumbs up. Zach, I'm 51. And Oscar, I'm number 52 on your thumbs ups meter. Nice going. KC, hi, Bruce. Hi, Uncle. I took what you said. And I sold 24 SoFi, Jan 19 for $1.35 today. I'm going to get more SoFi on the dip. There you go. 674 is where we're at right now. Casey got those at 750s. I wrote them. Nice going, Mandu. Make it 319. Then you are the first in line, says Merkel. Mr. Premium of the option. I'm 69. Thumbs up. Spicy. I'm 72. Bobby, 12th Poor Man cover call purchased January 25, $8. 1125 wrote July 19 for 335. Nice job. Something I wanted to mention, I may have said this before, I'll mention it again. just to be sure, as many of you know this, when GameStop is trading at 20, 21, 24, 25 bucks a share, some of you are buying the $10 deep in the money calls. Some of you are buying the 15s. Now, with the shares at this $18, $19 neighborhood, what's happening is some of you have decided to look at buying GameStop deep in the money calls, the 8s and the 5s. And I say knock yourself out. Absolutely. It is a prudent thing to do. That if you see the stock at 1880, where it is at the moment, you might feel more comfortable having $8 deep in the money calls, 10 bucks in the money, or 10.80 in the money in this case, especially if they're on sale. If you can buy a $10.80 book value contract for like 11 bucks or something like that, you're crazy not to buy it. I agree. Once the shares reach 22, 24, if and when they do that, you got yourself an $8 in the money call. Now, if the stock's at $24, you're in the money 16 bucks plus premium. You'll probably be trading at $17 would be my first guess. And you might have only paid 10 bucks for it. You're up $7 a contract here. What you could then consider doing is you could consider doing a rollover where you sell off your $8 call and you now buy a $10 call or a 12 or a 13, and you're taking cash off the table. Or you can buy a $10 call or 11 or $12 call for 40% less or 35% less than what you're getting for your call that you got, or calls. And you're going from 10 8s to 15 12s. You're running up more in the money calls in your possession, and you're writing more contracts. Something to think about. Looking at the market right now, the 10s, this is 10 minutes ago, at 18.80 a share, the 10s are worth 8.80 book value. But the bid on them is 9.85, and 9.60 is the ultimate price to pay for those. So they're a little over the 10% 90-10 rule. The $8 contracts are 11.20 bid. They're worth 10.79, and they're only a little over that on the bid side. So these are well within the 90-10 rule. The 5s, they're worth 13.79. The bid is 13.40. So if you put in a bid at 13.45 and get them, you're buying them for less than what they're worth. You can pay up to 13.80 and buy them at book value with no time premium. That is a hell of a deal. That is a heck of an offer there for the 5s. The 13s are going for 7.85. They're worth 5.82, but they're too expensive at 7.85 bid. So they're out of play right now. That's an interesting game. But of course, if the stock wants to go up $5-6 to 23, 24, you're a happy camper if you've got 5s and 8s. Right now, there are 5s, 8s, 10s, 13s, 15s, 18s, 20s. They seem to be going up in $3 increments for January 2025. Most interesting. Okay. Most interesting. Cindy B, I am number 75. Alex, I'm 74. Splair saying, have a relaxed and enjoyable weekend, everybody. Let's see. What else is going on? Bobby, I can only fold my arms a month right now for now. Giddy up, everybody. Welcome all to the afternoon session, the final hour of the day. We have 31 minutes to go. There's lots of strategies here at play for your option writing strategies. We have a 370 gain on the Dow Jones. We have not seemed to have any kind of a midday pullback of any dramatic proportion here. Just not happening. GameStop 1883 is up 64 cents. SoFi is 673 is up 28 now. And Tesla is sitting at 198 with a gain of 807 today. Apple 150.94 up $5. HPQ is down just 6 cents. ATIP 35.7 cents up 1.8 cents today. The ATIP stock volume now. Let's see what it wants to tell me on my phone. Let's see if it comes in here. Watching that Dow up 369, S&P up 62, Nasdaq up 221, oil up 162. Oil did a turnaround and went higher. ATIP volumes looks like 100,000 shares today. Google up 150, Moderna up 629, having a good day there. Cisco up 78 cents, Pfizer up 46, IBM up 79, Microsoft up 358, ME is up 16 cents to 254, Matterport up 14.8, 298.8, Sixter is up 1.5 cents, Rocket Lab up 32.5 cents today. We're at 456 after bottoming out at 422 today. We have recovered all of yesterday's losses. We have come back now to levels not seen since the 28th of February, 3 days ago. So we're definitely back here to that level. We were, however, on the 27th of February at 465. So we need another dime to get those gains back. And we need to pop up to, say 522 to get back to February the 15th. So we're going to need 70 cents to get back to Feb 15. That was 2.5 weeks ago. So you've come down a ways to just the lows of 420 just lately. Today, 418. Okay, so Rocket Lab, keep coming back. Don't stop, please. Smart Rent is up 15 cents to 281. Spire's up 3.5 to 210.5. And that is where I'm at right here, right now. Thank you all for popping through here and saying hi, and it's great to have you. Cool bean stuff. Thank you, Anton Romaniuk, for the $10 donation on PayPal for another card. This is the second postcard. Hey, Bruce, could you get another postcard going for my 1-year-old? He may be very young, but he's growing up listening to your rants. And if in a couple of years at school he starts arguing with his economics teacher, it's on you. Right on. Well, I'm sure we can help out there. Yeah, we'll get you another one. Oh man, oh man. If any of you want a postcard from Jen and I from the desert, this is the last day to request one. Just send us to 10 US bucks and we'll mail one to you wherever you're watching from. Looks like we had about 16 or 17 going out here. This is funny. Thank you, everybody. It's great to have you here. Susan Shops About, Bruce, 78 thumbs up. So you need 22 more, and you've got 100 for your afternoon show, which is what you gun for. 1875 on GameStop, up 56 cents. The high, though, 1910. So we are 35 cents below the high today on GameStop. It couldn't hold the 19 level. That was just after 215 today, and then it backed off again. All righty. Well, we'll see how we do here. 367 gain on the Dow, 57 cents on GameStop, 26 cents on SoFi, 670, now 672, up 27 cents. Tesla up 795, Apple up 497 as we speak. And that is what's going on here. Zed Estate number 81, thumbs ups, everybody. Thank you, sir. 19 to go, and we will have our coveted 100 thumbs ups. I see now 87 are in the house, 13 left to get. This is great. They're coming in quick, very quick. Thank you, everybody. All right, there you go. Friday, 27 minutes, and we are done for the week. Right on, everybody. Hope you've had a good week this week. I hope you had some good trades come through for you. You learned a little more about how options work and all the stuff around them. We'll watch for fun times again next week, too. Next week is the second week of March. The week after next, 2 Fridays from now, the third Friday of March. And we should have a lot of good stuff going on. That'll be a quadruple witching hour. March, the third March will be a quadruple. So we got a lot of action going on at that point. But between now and then, we have a lot to consider, a lot to follow, and we'll see what kind of trends these markets are on and how things are going. Susan Shops About, hi everybody. We had a house fire last Friday, electric fire, lost everything. Saw GameStop drop to 18. Should I buy back my GameStop 20 strikes for August? I received $4.99. I'm not sure what rewrites on. Premiums are low. Let's take a look here. You've got August the 20th. Sorry about this fire. That's terrible. August the 20s. They're now 310 bid. 355 offer. There's no rush to buy back the 20s at this point. Let them continue to depreciate on you. They'll back off. Today, obviously, with the stock ahead 56 cents, these contracts are 15 cents better, but that's not 56 cents better. So you're better off to just sit tight. And let's see how this goes. If the shares drop a couple more dollars, $2.50 more bucks, they'll go down to about the 240 mark, maybe 230 mark, and of course time is on your side anyway, and that'll be another dollar in your pocket. So that's how I would do it. I sure hope everything works out there. My husband and I are now homeless until we can rebuild. Well, you're like Jen and I. You're nomads like we are. Holy moly macaroni. I sure hope you're getting an insurance settlement on this. And we're hopefully you're okay. Everyone here is passing on their best wishes to you. And hopefully the good news is that you don't have stock certificates in the house. It's all digital, so you can just keep on trading and growing that portfolio of yours if possible, and make this a little easier to take. 1870 is where GameStop is right now after touching $19.10. So we've backed off 40 cents just this afternoon to still be up 51 cents instead of 91 cents. So all the calls ran up a little bit. Now they're slumping. And that seems to be what's going on here. D.A. Truda, Susan, sorry to hear about the fire. You might be taking Uncle Bruce's Never Stop Writing slogan a bit too far. Take care of yourself first. Financial mischief rolled out of a few of my December 23 $12.5 rights on GameStop. I locked in a little over $2 a contract in profits, up and in on time to September 15th. Sold those for $5.62. And Hawkeye, all best wishes to you and yours, Susan Shops About. Right on. Zach, Susan, so awful to hear this. I hope nobody was hurt. Good luck with that rebuild. Alrighty. 354 gain on the Dow, 60 on S&P, 217 on Nasdaq. Nasdaq is up 1.9%, S&P up 1.5%, Dow is up 1.08%. Oil up 163 at the moment. Mortgage veteran saying in a headline, is the U.S. housing market headed for a crash? It all depends on how high rates go, says an analyst. And Biden had a small cancerous lesion removed, White House doctor says. They do these usually on a Friday, and they announce the news on a Friday afternoon when most people are, gone. That's usually when they talk about this. We took out a tumor. We have a tumor, and it's gone. There's no tumor. Okay. Let's see. Flint Creek. Oh, Susan, I'm sorry this happened to you. Flint Creek. To you. Yeah, interesting what's going on there. Oil ends higher after United Arab Emirates is said to deny it's considering an OPEC exit. Rumors are flying about. Well, whatever. Apparently, there's a bit of friction between the UAE and Saudi Arabia with the Yemen thing. The war in Yemen, which is at the southern end of that peninsula. We don't get much news out of there, but it is not pretty. That is for sure. It's not a pretty story down there. All right. Flint Creek says, Susan, if you'd like a little love email, like a little love, email me an address and I'll gift you some goodies. There you go. Not a bad move there. It's kind of nice. 1872 on GameStop, 670 on SoFi, up 26 cents. Tesla up 705. Right on. Rocket Lab, 455.5, up 31.5 today. All righty. Hopefully, a number of you have taken advantage of the gain on SoFi today to write more of those 750 calls, bring in some more cash, and then buy up some more SoFi and write some more calls. Roll them up and let's go. And take advantage of that strategy for sure. Okay. And we're down to 21 minutes to go. There it is. Drew, I am number 90. Hey, everybody. Drew, are you back from Aspen or are you still over there skiing in Aspen, Colorado? I know you've had a good time this week. Thank you for the 90th thumbs up today. Much appreciated. There we go. I had to make a mental note about something before I forgot. All righty. What else was I going to tell you guys about? I'm going to talk about the buybacks. And I read somewhere today that out of the 500 Dow Jones 500, no, the 500 S&P companies, out of the 500 S&P companies, 355 of them made less money this year than last year. And 180 of those were citing as a main excuse inflation. And a very high number of the 500 were announcing layoffs. It's the thing to do these days. Interesting. Drew, the Shredathon continues. I'm flying home on Sunday. Right on, man. Double D, I'm number 91 on the thumbs up meter. Brian, Financial Mischief, I noticed you are writing on GameStop out like 10 to 12 months. This has been working out for you pretty well. Obviously, you aren't looking for 100% profits if that's what it would take forever. KC, Susan Shops out. Sorry, hope everybody is okay. Yeah, if you're going to write a call that's 5 months out, 7 months out, 9, you're not going to wait 7 or 8 months to do anything. You're looking for a move in the next 1 or 2 or 3 months. That's all you're doing. You're just playing from a level up here to here. Like if zero is here for the stock price, the option price, and you're writing a $5 call, you're looking to buy it back at 3 or 2.5, not zero. And so the first couple of dollar drop might be in the first month or month and a half. And if you're writing 50, 60, 70 and pulling in $2 net, that's 14 grand. And you don't mind if it takes, you'd love it in one day, but if it takes 6 weeks, it's okay. Drew, stink bid set for 6 of my GameStop August 1875s. If I get hit, I'll be freed up to sell my shares to convert into poor man covered calls. Look out. Watch out. Here we go. Giddy up. Giddy up. 6 August 1875s. Right on. There we are. Those are right now 350 bid, and you're waiting for them to hit. Right on. Cindy B, one of my Tesla calls expires next Friday. It's a 195 strike. I sold for 540. This is the closest I've been to expiration. Stay under 200 Tesla, please. 195s. Well, yeah, you're on the edge there, on the precipice. 197.80 is where the stock's at. So yeah, if the shares go higher, you'll do a roll up to 200s for next Friday. You can always do that. Hector, Susan Shops about. So sorry to hear of this fire. I hope your insurance is amazing. Drew, sold them for 476. Stinker 316. Giddy up. Right on. Susan, I was in that house. I got out in time by minutes. Once flames hit outdoor cushions, which are laced with petroleum products, fire was uncontrollable. Starting over at 65, I never imagined it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's something you have to review once in a while. You have to review your own home and really decide, are we fire safe in this house? What if this had happened in the middle of the night and Susan was sleeping and didn't wake up? What then? Credit Savage, Uncle Bruce, AI has run away from me. It's at $28. I've rolled to 2250s and 20s to April, got 150 and 3 for these, but it's moving. July and October are open. What are your thoughts? Roll or cross my arms till April 21? Well, look, if you can make a roll for more money, I mean, if you can add more cash and move up and strike to go further out, then great. Then move up to 25s. Just follow along. Take the ride. If not, wait till Monday, Tuesday, see what's going on. Brian, Drew, made some money. Let me know how the poor man cover call route goes. Right on. Financial, Brian, I've been using the far out in the money rights to increase the accumulation of my leaps. The cash brought in is used for the leaps. The time protects a bit from assignment. Buy them back as I can. Drew, Brian, I'll keep y'all posted on how I'm doing on this. Right on. We're ahead at the moment on the Dow 362, and we're up 61 on S&P, 219 on Nasdaq. We have 15 minutes left to go. GameStop is 1872, up 53 cents. SoFi 670, up 26 right now. Financial, and get closer to writing the options. I'll be writing once I've met my goal. Alberto, the credit, take the assignment. There's always that. Yeah. There's always that. Tesla 197.97, Apple 150.91, up $5. HPQ down 12, ATIP up 1.7 to 35.7 cents. Google 93.91, up 160, Moderna up 573, Cisco's up 80 cents, Pfizer up 44, back to 41.06, IBM up 67, Microsoft up 424, ME up 16 cents, Matterport is 14, Sixtears up 2.5, Rocket Lab 33, Smart Rent 13-cent gain, Spire 3.5. All of these former SPACs are doing great here today. All 8 are up again today, which is nice to see. Giddy up. Brian, Financial Mischief, that's an interesting strategy for sure. Very interesting strategy. Yeah, if you're going to write GameStop $15 calls when they're $18.74, or you can write 15s when they're $19.50 and then they back off to $17.50, the book value disappears by $2. No question about it. Is there any premium on the contract? Maybe a little bit, depending on how far out you write on it. But you're going to get a kind of an 85, 90 percentile reaction with movement of the stock to the movement of the option. I mean, obviously, if you're in the money, $3, $4, you write a $5 call, you're going to get 3/4 to 85% reaction, penny for penny. That's where it gets interesting, because if you can buy back calls for $2 less in bulk, take that money, buy more deep in the money calls right on the whole batch, another in the money batch of calls, whichever it is. It might be 14s, 12.5s, 3-4 months out. You're still playing the same game. There's premium, time premium, but there's book value, and you have to kind of weigh one versus the other, unless you want to write out of the money calls, which I recommend you do as a conservative strategy. BZ 97, thumbs up. Alberto, I will take the assignment on my A1 rights, more money. Financial, working so far, it's gotten me to 112 leaps in my IRA, and I'm down to 76 of my in the money rights. My assignment on those is 22.25, which is over the cost basis. Book value moves is what I buy back on. Very interesting. Financial Mischief, sell for 12, buy back at 8-ish. There you go. There's a thought too. Financial Mischief, protect my leap position from the drops. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Good strategy. Sure, if you're able to write 12.50s when the stock is 20, you're getting, there's 8.5 plus premium, 7.5 plus premium, or you're writing 12.50s when the stock's at 22.50. That's 10 book value plus a couple of premium. Can you get $14 and buy back an 8? $6 profit per contract. Buying more deep in the money costs. Writing additionally. Here we go. Yeah, interesting. Got to stay on top of it, which is the secret here. Is to pay attention on it. All right. Very interesting. All right, we're up 342 on the Dow. I think we're pulling back a little bit now, giving up a bit of ground. Late in our session, we're down to 11 minutes. Yeah, we are definitely giving up some ground here at the end. We're up 58 on the S&P, and we're up 210 on Nasdaq. They're still ahead, but they're giving up a little bit of ground right now. That's more from what I can tell you here, what I see. Let's take a look here. There we go. Yeah, all three indexes are definitely pulling back a little bit right now. Oil still up 160 a barrel. And 1870 last trade on GameStop, up 51 cents, down 40 cents from the high of the day today. Okay. Very good. We have 100 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that. Very nice. We did it again. Exactly right, Uncle Bruce. Exactly right. Credit Savage. Birdie, my AI average is in the teens. So if I get exercise, it's no biggie. But I feel Rugman will add 50 basis points later this month, and the market will tank. I just wish they were May or June available right now on these contracts. Susan shops about. We had bought the house a year ago. Kind of had a feeling something wasn't right with the outlets. House had been inspected. Paid one. What was it? One something for insurance. Okay, paid $1 million for it. Insurance company thinks it's $500,000 to replace. Builder says nope, it's $1 million to replace this house. Wow, there's a fight there. Might be brewing. Unbelievable. Drew, I love the conversation this morning, and dancing with who brung you. Getting sidetracked has been my Achilles heel in the past. Great reminder to remain focused. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Financial Mischief. I'm also up to 59 leaps in my individual brokerage account as of today. Right on, Financial Mischief. Way to go. Just grab these as you can and write, and write. Oh, did I say right? Yes, I said keep writing. 1870 on GameStop. It's great when the company stock allows you to write options. You buy them back, rewrite for higher prices, take the cash, buy more call options, deep in the money calls, write more calls. Every turnover, again and again and again, you're adding and adding and adding deep in the money calls, leaps, giving you more writing power, more leverage, more cash flow. It's an absolutely fantastic thing. The option players are handing you the cash to play with by letting you write calls, and they'll buy them off you. If you're in the market, you're gonna sell them, and you're using their money to get richer. I can't think of a better way to go. I really have a tough time coming up with it. This is a thing you need to understand, how this market really can work for you. These options, this option game is a beauty as a writer, and it's a lot less stressful than being the holder of these things, because you're the bag holder holding $12 calls that are trading at $8. You are in big trouble. The writer is grinning from ear to ear and getting richer. It's absolutely fabulous. Giddy up, everybody, says Drew. Brian, Financial Mischief, you have 171 deep in the monies, and you have 171 written. Oh, man. Brian, you must be busy. Financial, Brian, 181 total, 12 more in my Roth and 8 in my wife's Roth. Very busy. Splair, there is a GameStop article rated positive and created 5 hours ago. Seems like someone asked Chat GPT where GameStop price is at in 2030, and it couldn't predict the price answer due to a lot of reasons. I don't know how positive that is. Brian, Financial Mischief, are you hiring for an assistant? Laughing out loud. We're up 345 on the Dow here, coming into now 7 minutes. The last 7 minutes of these contracts for this Friday, they're going to expire. We're up 60 on S&P. We're up 214 on Nasdaq. We've got GameStop at 1868, just breaking under 1870. SoFi 672, up 27 cents. Tesla 197.30, up 640. It's backing off as well. Apple is now at 150.81, up 490. HBQ now down 17, losing a little more steam. ATIP is up a full penny at 35 cents. Google up 163. Moderna up 5.37, backing up a bit. Cisco still up 81 cents. Pfizer up 44. IBM up 68. Microsoft up 403. ME is up 17. Matterport holding 11.5% gain. The Sixtair up 4. Rocket Lab 32.5-cent gain. 13-cent gain on SmartRent. Spire up 3 cents or so. That's where we're at. Amazon up 250. Home Depot up 538. Netflix up 358. Vanik is up 326. Adobe up 929. Goldman up 740. Boeing up 495. Meta Platforms, Facebook up 1030 today at 184. Topped out today at 186.60. Now 184.80, holding a good chunk of those gains. AMC common and preferred combined 64 cents higher. Royal Caribbean up 198 to 73.95. Carvana's up 54 cents to 10.01. Robinhood up 30 cents to 9.92. BlackBerry is up 17 cents. Norwegian up 64 cents. Carnival up 35. Target is down 9. JP Morgan up 243. Costco down $10, but it has recovered a bunch of its losses. It was down to $465 a share. It's now $475. So it's come back $10, but it's still down $10 today. What a day. Walmart up 15 cents. Disney is up $2 to $100. Nvidia is up $5. And American Airlines up 24 cents. That's the story that I have here of these trades as we are limping into the last 5 or so minutes. Giddy on up. And Financial Minister, around the 17th of this month, I'll also be looking to pick up around 40 more in my individual brokerage. Susan shops about during the whole week. I tried to log into the show to catch Bruce's wisdom. Will say certainly helped writing out to August on that GameStop, following Bruce's advice. Having time made me less anxious. Right on. Splair, yeah, but they changed into another analysis created through a technology mentioning that price ratio of 140 until 2028. Splair, I don't know what to believe on that. Financial Mr. Brian, I am a ways off from that point yet, but to answer your question, I have written on 170 of my leads. Zach, took me about 15 different prices, date and strike combos, but I finally got 2 GameStop sold before the close. May 19, 1875 strikes sold for $251 each. There you go. Mr. Premium of the option, 5 minutes till GameStop's cash secured puts expire. Worthless. Get to keep all the money, Mr. Premium of the option. Okay, way to go. Right on. Giddy on up. There you are. We are at 4 minutes and counting. We have 105 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. 161 folks hanging out with us this afternoon. It's great to see you all here. Thank you for being part of the family, as always, and all of your support. For those 15, 16 people out there who've made a donation to get a postcard, Jen and I will be shopping this weekend for you. We're going to grab some postcards and get them shipped out here as soon as we can next week. So thank you for doing that, and we'll get you some postcards, folks. Way to go. All righty. Come up last couple of columns before we close. 3 minutes to go. I don't know as well, but it could affect some people's display. Susan, Bruce, a small favor, please. What is going on with ATIP? The earnings come out next week, apparently. A couple of my viewers made phone calls to ATIP's investor relations department. And the head of the investor relations department told one of my viewers, after being told about my channel and how supportive I am of the stock and the company, the head of investor relations indicated to one of my viewers, have Bruce give us a call. After we get the earnings out, have him call us, and we'd be happy to come on the show, and we'll come on camera with him and talk to his viewers live. Yeah, I'm interested in that. Now, I'm curious to hear what's going to happen, what the plan for the company will be regarding their listing deficiencies, because they're less than $1 a share on the New York Exchange. They have to do something. The simplest solution is a rollback. Propose a rollback vote and do a rollback of stock and have it trade at a higher price, and you're fine. They might announce that on the earnings call. They can't talk to me now. They can't come on the air now. It's a quiet period. So they have to hold everybody off until next week when they release their financials and how they did the last 3 months. And then they can talk about their next 3, 6, 9 months, what they think's going on. And they can also talk about the possibility of a solution to the share thing, the stock price. We'll find out. Cindy B, that would be awesome. Wow. Let this, let's be fancy. An interesting situation. Welcome, Bruce. I said, I'd love to have that person on the air. Oh, without question. And then you guys can ask questions, and, I'll let them know. I've got a ton of viewers here that own your stock. We're loyal followers of your company. What do you got? What should we be wary of and wondering about? And, let's go from there. So, yeah, I'd love to have that individual on the air. So maybe we can pull that off. That would be pretty cool. And we'll see what comes. We're down to a minute to go, everybody. So hang in there. The last minute is underway now. Susan, maybe ATIP will give us some stock as a thank you for all our support, and Bruce, their main cheerleader. That's not going to happen. But I'd sure like to hear some news on how they're doing. And they're hiring, they're trying to hire people, which is a sign they need people to perform therapy because of the waiting lists. They could do more business. So I want the world to know that. So we'll see what happens. Here is Larry Titus doing what Larry does beautifully every day. Hits the morning bells and the afternoon bells. Thank you, Larry, for shutting her down for us today. And for the week, a whole bunch of options just disappeared from existence. And away we go. Zach says, thank you. DQ, thank you, Larry Titus. Blair just grabbed in the last second another 40 ATIP. Richard, neat, and neat is what Richard is saying. Splair, thanks, Larry. A way to go. There you have it. We're done for the week. And we're just trying to kind of get on by. 386 gain on the Dow. Good day, 1.1%. S&P was up 1.6%, 64%, 64-point gain, and Nasdaq up 226, which is 1.97%. These are some of the last preliminary numbers I see going through. DQ is saying, I sold a January 2024 $7.5 SoFi calls at the bell. Rock and roll. The Big E and Larry throwing up the knee emojis. DQ for 133 a share I got today. Nice going. Bobby Hubby, thanks, folks. Thank you, Bobby. Have a great one. SoFi closed at 672, up 27 cents. GameStop 1871, up 52. Tesla up 689 to 197.79. Apple up 512 to 151.03. There you go. And over at where was it? Rocket Lab up 33 cents today to 457, and that's right at just at the high today at 458. So it's right at the top here. 4.5 million shares traded on Rocket Lab. I'm glad to see that. That kind of erased some of the losses from yesterday and the day before. Brian is saying, hey, those GameStop volumes have been so dry the last couple of weeks. There is no stock left to trade. Mirko, DQ making money. Splair, I would be happy with a 4-to-1 stock split, but probably it won't be really helpful. Mandu, can't wait. DQ, Mirko, just showing my bleeding here. Mandu, good evening, everybody. Final numbers, a 386 gain on the Dow, 1871 on GameStop. Final volume on GameStop, 2.4 million shares, 600,000 pre-split. Not a lot there. And then SoFi, 672, up 27 cents. The volume on SoFi today, 25 million. So, better, definitely better volume. I'm glad to see it move up. Hopefully we can push 680, 690 on Monday, make you all richer anyway. Let's see what happens. Wants to go to $8 next week? Fine. We are happy around here. You want to go to $8.59? No problem. We have got rollover ideas waiting. We are waiting. Yes, we're ready to strike, but we'll see how it does. Let's get the weekend first, get it in first, get through it, and let's see what happens next week. Okay, kids, there it is. That's another week. Thank you for all your support so much, for being part of the family here. Love you guys. Have yourselves a great weekend. Give your loved ones an extra long hug. You never know when it's the last time, especially mom, dads, grandmas, and grandpas. Definitely. Thank you all. And let's keep on going on. Susan, not sure if anyone missed me this week, but I sure missed all of you guys. We'll be fine. Thanks for your kind thoughts. You hang in there, Susan. Keep us posted on how it's going. You battle those people, that insurance company. Your lawyers will take care of you on that. No question about it. Man, oh man. Mr. Premium of the Option, is it libation time yet? Mirko, maybe we can do a share count of the channel ATIP shares next week. DQ, Susan, just catching up in the stream. Sorry to hear about your house. Glad nobody was hurt. Brian, Susan, about, yes, take care. Glad you're okay physically. Mentally, this will be hard, but you're strong and you have lots of support from your bagel gang right here. Mirko, would be interesting seeing what happens, how many people have ATIP shares. All right, folks, enjoy the weekend. Get some rest. Get ready for next week. We have more money to make. We all have needs for money. There you go. Thank you, everybody, for your support. I enjoyed it, as always. Thank you, manager, for number 111 thumbs up. So I see 112 in the system. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you all kindly, and we'll catch you Monday morning first thing, and let's get richer. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Bye for now.